later.
So Rod, you being a coach of the top producing brokers, right? And Bo, with your expertise and everything, I found this tweet, and there's a lot of responses to this tweet. And what I'd like you and Bo to do is rate each one of these responses on a scale from 1 to 10. But this tweet is from Off Market Value Ad. Owner operated retail building. Yes, I would sell. You. Okay, great. What price are you looking for? I don't know. We just want to see offers before we make decisions. Here's the question. What's your best response to get a price range, right?
This is a prospecting conversation.
Yes.
And the property owner is saying, yeah, I'd potentially sell. Broker says, what price are you looking for? And he says, I want to see offers before I decide. Essentially.
Before we make, I don't know. We just want to see offers before we make a decision.
Okay.
So what's your best response to get a price range, right? So on a scale from 1 to 10, best thing to do is give them a number. From Tyler Alley. Bo.
3, 4.
3 or 4? Yeah.
I would say 2 or 3. I would.
Okay. All right. Here's from Industrial Bro. My response. This building has housed your business for a number of years and obviously means more to you than it might to me. What is your number? This is work 50% of the time to get some type of number. If not, then I acquiesce and give a number.
5, 4, 5.
Yeah, I agree with Bo, but here's why. Right?
Okay.
It's a much better response than just giving a number. And what he's trying to do in that case, which everyone should do, is he's trying to determine the driving motivation behind the sale and get off the price point. It's not about price. Price is a factor, but it's not about price. You got to figure that out.
Okay, great. Here's another one. Gave Treviso. Throw out a low number to see a reaction.
Yeah, don't do that.
So 0 or 1?
Just don't do that.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Okay.
Look how you're positioning yourself as supposing authority in commercial real estate by telling someone their property, realistic or not, it might be, right? What they're not expecting, and they're not going to project it in a positive manner. Why would you do that?
Yeah. All right. Next one from a user. I'm not even going to try to too many consonants. So if I were to offer you $100K cash, that means you would consider it, or any other number that is completely absurd.
Get off the price. Get off the price conversation. Get off it. It's bad. It's a bad conversation.
Well, I want to read you what I replied as commercially speaking.
Okay.
Without your approval.
Yeah, evidently.
Without your approval, and I want you to rate that. Okay.
Okay.
I said mirror with.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So their last thing was, I don't. The last response from the potential seller says, I don't know. We just want to see offers before we make a decision. And I said, mirror with before you make a decision, then shut it. Let them keep talking. Rinse and repeat.
All right, I do like that.
Scale
that's
1 to
not
10.
what I was going to suggest, but I would say around 7.
Oh, that's a 7. I'm not even a commercial real estate guy.
Okay.
Oh, here's what I would say. To understand their motivation, a great question to ask is why they bought it in the first place. And a great way to ask that question is, would you mind sharing with me the story of how you acquired this property, or some version of that in your words? But what that does is it allows that person to tell their story, and the way they tell it informs you on what they actually care about. So they're going to give you a tremendous amount of information, even just how they tell the story, what they get excited about. They're probably going to tell it in such a way that makes them look good, smart. And so that gives you a lot of clues on what they care about. You'll get a tremendous amount of insight from their answer. And they get to get very comfortable talking to you because they're now talking about something they absolutely are the expert in, which is their own story.
Right.
And so the comfort level spikes, rapport is built. You're giving them the opportunity to shine a little bit, which should have them leaning in your favor. So all of that stuff combined will just lead to a great conversation.
Yeah.
It's sort of the pathway, because they basically shut you down. Hey, we just want to see offers,
Right.
I'm not going to answer your question. We just want to see offers before we decide if we even want to sell, or very, very wishy-washy. You ask that question and their response can just lead you to a point. You may decide, look, this is not a real seller, probably not worth my time. Or you can get some great insight that'll lead you to the next question.
Sure.
And then you can get to the point where, you've either done your research on the property and you have an opinion about the value.
Yes.
And you can get there eventually while you're educating them, or you haven't done the research and you're just making calls, and you can build enough rapport where they'll share enough information with you so that you can do a legit underwriting and give them an expert opinion after you've counted the cost, so to speak, or looked at the numbers, as opposed to just some. So you're telling me if I said $100,000, you'd consider it?
Right.
Like, no, don't do that. But,
Yeah. So, and look, so Tim, let's, and I love Bo's answer. I think it's one of the best questions you can ever ask anybody. And then because look, you asked me and we asked each other at the beginning, what's our origin story? So you're doing the same thing, right? What's your origin story? And 9 times out of 10, that origin story will come from a place of sanity, right? I stole the property. I did this. I was so smart. This is why I took it. It will come from a point of pride, right? This is what I did. And with a little vanity as well. Look what I did. And that's great. But the point is, the smart investors, the smart sellers, right? When they go to sell again, they're going to make sure they're not selling from a point of vanity. I got to get this price, right? It's unrealistic. Versus sanity. This is why we need to establish this price. This is what the price is worth. And so it's a good time then once it opens up. Sounds like you bought this asset, in a completely sensible, sane way, and you weren't vain about it. You didn't overbuy it, correct? No, I'm too smart. Well, why would you sell at a vanity price then? No one's going to say yes. They're not. They're not going to say, yes, I'm vain. So you just form it in that way, and they go, okay, yeah, I see where you're going. What is the best price from a pure economical market driving perspective? That's how you get there.
Nice. Yeah, good. That's good. That's good stuff.